26 years of CNBC-TV18.
Silver prices hit record highs above $61 an ounce ahead of an expected rate cut from the US Fed. Hindustan Zinc surges over 4%.
Interglobe continues to struggle, one of the top losers on the Nifty after the DGCA cuts the airline's winter schedule by around 10% in comparison to the 5% cut that was announced earlier.
Anupam Rasayan will acquire US-based specialty chemicals maker Jayhawk Fine Chemicals for an enterprise value of $134 million. Stock rallies over 2% as the management tells CNBC-TV18 that Jayhawk has a monopoly position and will enable access to niche capabilities.
AU Small Finance Bank receives Finance Ministry nod to raise foreign investment limit in the bank to 74% in comparison to 49% earlier. The stock is trading well in the green.
India's largest e-commerce platform, Meesho, lists on D Street, making a stellar debut. Lists near 50% gains to its issue price, now holding almost 60% higher.
Well, hello and welcome to Chartbusters. We're coming to you live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studio. I'm Nigel, with me is Mangalam, and the markets are trading well in the green. The Nifty is up close to around 90 points. The Nifty Bank is participating, and the advanced decline ratio as well is the best we've seen in the last 2 weeks. Mangalam, what's up?
All the markets up, Nigel. All eyes on what the US Fed is likely to do today. And the good part is that from yesterday's low, there has been a stellar recovery of almost 200 points. Yesterday as well, we saw a 100-point recovery from the lows. Yesterday did well too. We saw the advanced decline also end in favor of advances in yesterday's trading session. The question is where we go from here. Will we find some resistance at the 20-day moving average of 26,030 or not, which is about 100 points away from here itself. So between 50 and 20-day moving average, here's the market is moving. But Justin, an important news coming in, not from a market standpoint, but an economy standpoint, a retail standpoint as well. The ticker team was flashing that Amazon will go ahead and invest about $35 billion in India. $35 million or $1 billion, I think the flash will come up for you right now itself. And that will be important to see where that goes as well. Let's go across to Aditya Agarwala of Invest for Edu for a quick technical check on the market. Aditya, there's been a recovery from the lows, but do you think this is just a recovery because of the sell-off that we saw earlier, or this is some sort of trend reversal?
Morning, Mangalam. Thanks for having the show. It's more of a consolidation that we're witnessing in the market, honestly. The broader trend on the market is sideways, so to say. If you take a look at past few trading weeks, it's been oscillating between 26,200 on the upside and 25,700, 800 on the downside. And my sense is the entire December month is going to continue like this, oscillate in between these two bands. 25,800 on the downside, or maybe 25,700 on the downside. And on the upside, 26,200, 300 is where you're going to see some kind of a resistance. We almost tested 25,700 in trade yesterday. From there, we saw a bit of a recovery. My sense is in next few trading sessions, we are going to scale past 26,000 again, and we'll be closer to 26,200, where again you will see some kind of a volatility creeping in, and markets can again see some kind of a profit taking and slide to 25,800 on the downside.
All right, that's the management of Meesho. As you can see, all of them dressed in their finery for the listing, or a stellar debut it has seen. 60% jump on its issue price, taking the market cap closer to $10 billion versus what they had asked for at around 50,000 crores in terms of market cap. The reported numbers obviously said that the company was loss-making, at least on the EBITDA front and the net profit front on a reported basis. But the management said that they have, free cash flow accretion every year to the tune of almost 1,000 odd crores. So if you look at it from that perspective, then, it would be a discounting of free cash flow for the firm. Let's go across.
Good to see kind of the response from all the investors so far in the IPO. It also means a lot of responsibility for us. And I would also say that we are ready for it. We have said it again and again. We are very conscious that now we are not a private startup anymore, but we are a public company that comes with increased responsibility. And as the management team, we are very, very clear that we'll operate with the highest levels of transparency, governance, and will continue to be aligned to our mission from a long-term standpoint.
Right, hi, thank you so much. Congratulations, firstly, gentlemen, on such a bumper listing. This is Shilpa here from CNBC. I want to start off by asking, one major milestone you have hit now with the listing. Just help us understand your path to profitability also. When can we expect? What's the timeline that you have? And I also wanted to understand with respect to your next big bet, which is with Valmo. Currently, I think about 65% of its volumes come from Meesho. How do you see that sort of improving in the next, short to medium term? And how do you see that then, as you integrate more of your logistics, how do you see that improving Meesho's margins as well and improve your profitability?
You want to take the first question?
Sure. So I think on the path to profitability, as we have kind of been mentioning, we foremost focus on free cash flow as the metric that we look at. I think over the last 2 years, if you look at it, we have been free cash flow positive. Last year, we generated close to about 1,000 crores of free cash flow. If you include interest income, excluding interest income, about 600 crores. So I would say that the way we have also built our business has been disciplined in terms of capital efficiency and capital discipline. And I think as we continue to make more progress on some of our monetization levers, be it ads, logistics, some of the new ones that we are working on, we'll keep making more progress towards our other profit metrics as well. I think coming to your question on Valmo, the way we have built out Valmo is to kind of serve one purpose, which is to be the lowest cost provider of logistics in the country to us. And that kind of continues to hold true. So we don't expect, or we don't kind of aim for any percentage number in terms of how much of our volume should go to Valmo or any other partner. I think we're most focused on bringing the cost of serving customers and sellers down every single year, and happens with Valmo, happens with other partners. We're actually okay with both.
But are you looking at, you did talk about how you want logistics, it to be in-house entirely sometime down the line, where you're controlling all of it. So that's where my question came from. At what point do you see it completely becoming in-house?
So I don't think that we have ever said that we want it to be 100% in-house at any point in time. I think, like I said, the objective function is cost. So whatever helps us bring down the cost, be it Valmo or any other partner, we continue to kind of work with them and broaden the logistics ecosystem.
Fine. Hey guys, congrats again for the summer listing. Starting off, we have seen Meesho has been loss-making for a while now. Though you are positive on the free cash flow side, when do you see the EBITDA and the bottom line changing going forward?
Yeah, so I think, like we just kind of mentioned, that we have been, the way we have built our business, we are still scratching the surface of what is e-commerce adoption in the country. So I think for the very immediate future, we'll continue to invest behind growth, and we are seeing good results of that. Last year, if you saw, we grew by about 29% year on year. First half of this year, we're growing at about 44% NMV growth year on year. So we are seeing very good results of the investments that we are doing in the growth of our business. And till such time that it is a very fast-growing growth market, we want to kind of make sure that we are serving our mission statement of democratizing e-commerce for everyone, bringing all those customers and sellers and logistics partners online. And doing so, we'll continue to kind of focus on making sure that we are not diluting shareholders by kind of being less capital efficient. So we continue to generate significant amount of free cash flow, and we'll continue to be on that path. And like I was mentioning before, as our monetization levers around advertisement, logistics, other services that we provide continue to grow, we'll also keep on compounding on the other metrics of profitability, be it EBITDA or PAT.
Well, thank you for that. My second question is regards to the in-house logistics services. Currently, it contributes 65% to the overall top. So do you see that expanding going forward, and how will that change post the listing? Do you have your plan to continue strategic investment in that particular domain?
Yeah, so as Harish mentioned earlier also, we don't take a specific goal on how big that should be. Who gets volumes is totally dependent on the kind of cost like the particular service offers to our merchants. So if an external partner, not Valmo, is able to offer a much low cost, we are very happy to give that volumes to those partners. And we have great third-party logistics partners as well who are also trying to push and become better and better at cost structure. So we basically think of the entire ecosystem rather than Valmo as separate. Like, it's not that we make more money if only Valmo is running on a platform. We want to grow our ecosystem, and that will grow when every single third-party logistics partner, including Valmo, is able to offer a much lower cost. So I think, in short, we don't take a goal on should that be 65%, 95%, 45%. Our goal is to keep growing our ecosystem much, much faster and keep reducing the cost for all our ecosystem players like consumers, sellers, and so on.
Got it. My last question regards to contribution. We have seen that increase from 5.5 to 8 in the past time. So where do you see the contribution going forward? You have planned on increasing the contribution given the AOE has seen a drop?
So I think contribution is linked to the monetization path that we kind of spoke about. As we continue to make more progress on various levers of monetization, we would expect the contribution margin to go up as well. I think we don't have a specific timeline on that, but we do expect directionally that to kind of improve over a period of time.
Thank you. Congrats again.
Thank you.
कंपनी के लॉन्ग टर्म रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ के साथ साथ आप कस्टमर्स की अफोर्डेबिलिटी को किस तरह से मैनेज करते हो? अगर जीएसटी रेट कट की बात करें तो किस तरह के सेंटिमेंट्स इंप्रूव होते हैं यहाँ पर दिखे और आपके फोकस एरिया क्या क्या रहेंगे?
सो आई थिंक ओवरऑल अफोर्डेबिलिटी पे हम कंटिन्यूसली काम कर रहे हैं. तो अगर आप देखें लास्ट कुछ सालों में हमने अभी वैल्मो के बारे में बात करी. वैल्मो के जो इनोवेशन हम लेके आए तो वो इसलिए लेके आए ताकि शिपिंग कॉस्ट कम हो सके पूरे इकोसिस्टम की, और उससे हमने देखा है कि बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स काफ़ी अफोर्डेबली अवेलेबल हैं हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे. तो हम कंटिन्यूसली इन सब को इम्प्रूव करते रहते हैं. अगर आप लास्ट 2 साल भी देखें, काफ़ी अफोर्डेबल प्राइस पॉइंट्स में जो सिलेक्शन होता है, जैसे होम एंड किचन, डायपर्स, किड्स प्रोडक्ट्स, ये सब का हमने सिलेक्शन काफ़ी इम्प्रूव किया है. तो इन सारी कैटेगरीज़ की ग्रोथ काफ़ी हुई है. आगे भी ऐसा ही होता रहेगा. तो हमारा काफ़ी फोकस है कि और कैटेगरीज़ अच्छे प्राइस पॉइंट्स में प्लेटफॉर्म पे आते रहें. तो हम उस पर काम करते रहेंगे कंटिन्यूसली, अभी भी आगे भी. तो हमारा बहुत बड़ा फोकस एरिया ओवरऑल है. एंड आप देखेंगे कैटेगरी वाइज हमने 2 प्लेटफॉर्म भी लॉन्च करे, सब प्लेटफॉर्म मीशो पे. एक है मीशो मॉल और एक है मीशो गोल्ड, जहाँ पे कस्टमर्स आके ब्रांडेड प्रोडक्ट्स या फिर प्रीमियम अनब्रांडेड प्रोडक्ट्स खरीद सकते हैं. उनकी भी ग्रोथ काफ़ी अच्छे से हो रही है प्लेटफॉर्म पे. तो यूज़ केसेस कंटिन्यूसली बढ़ रहे हैं, कैटेगरीज बढ़ रही हैं, प्राइस पॉइंट्स बढ़ रहे हैं और ये सब प्लेटफॉर्म्स बढ़ रहे हैं. तो हम इन पर आगे भी काम करते रहेंगे. हमारा फोकस एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म, कंपनी का मिशन उसी पर है कि हम कैसे हर प्रोडक्ट को पूरे इंडिया में हर कस्टमर के लिए अफोर्डेबल बना सकें.
All right, that is the management of Meesho addressing the press, answering a couple of questions coming in from CNBC-TV18 and our sister concern CNBC Awaz as well. Talking about free cash flow growing from here on, new revenue streams continuing to add free cash flow, which will then improve the reported metrics of the company as well, which is the EBITDA as well as the net profit. The street hears that. They're also speaking about the business strategy of continuously increasing the affordability for customers. So the stock doing well, listed in on a day where the market has been in a good mood, and it's a 57% jump that we've seen on the counter. Remember, the issue saw good demand as well. The overall subscription was around 79 times, with the QIBs actually subscribing to this issue over 120 times. So that's about Meesho, up around 57%. But a lot of the other stocks in the broader market also spiking right now. Welspun Living for one, which is up around 5%. A lot of volumes backing that one. Godrej Industries is the other one, which is up around 3.5%. A large part of the gains coming in just in the last few minutes. And then we have a big gain on something like Venky's as well. Venky's comes up for you, up in double digits with a lot of volumes on that counter too. So Godrej doing well and Venky's along with Welspun Living. But let's go back to our technical expert. He joins in for a bunch of... All right.
He's gone away.
He's gone away. All right. We'll take a short break, come back. We focus on a lot of individual stocks which are on our radar. Indigo is under a slight bit of pressure right now. And alongside that, we have the QIP of Swiggy, which is underway too.
"26 years of CNBC TV18. 26 years of CNBC TV18.
Welcome back. You're tuned in to Chartbusters. You're on CNBC TV18. Well, let's focus on a few stocks. And Hindustan Zinc is one of those stocks that come on your radar. Mangalam, Hindustan Zinc, the reason the stock is on the radar is because silver has gone ahead and breached the $60 per ounce mark. I'll tell you what, 1980, that's before both of us were born, it went closer to that $50, per ounce mark, and it couldn't break it. It just breached that and corrected big time from there. In 2000, yet again, 2010, 2011, again, we did see some kind of speculative action, and it couldn't break out there. Now, it crossed that $50 per ounce mark. It's gone ahead and it's gone to $60 per ounce mark. So it appears finally, we had the Hunt brothers who had tried to collect a lot of gold, a lot of silver, and then we saw that bit of a spurt of many, many years ago. But this time around, there is genuine demand, and there is a bit of a supply glut as well that's taking place, supply shortage rather, and that's why, in fact, silver prices have moved up. To give you a few numbers, silver has crossed $60 per ounce. The ratio, we look at the gold to silver ratio. Earlier this year, it was at around 95. That's come down to sub 70. And this is the first time in 4.5 years that that ratio has fallen below that 70. That's gold to silver ratio. And the only way to play it is Hindustan Zinc. Why is that? Because it's it has fair bit of exposure to silver, and also close to 40 to 45% of its EBIT comes in from silver. So on the back of that, Hindustan Zinc, as we always say, limited float out there. But if you want to play silver via the equity markets, that's the only option you got. And the other more liquid name is actually Vedanta, which has a stake in Hindustan Zinc. So explains why that one as well is up close to 2%. At some point of time, Vedanta comes up for you on the screen. Let's focus on AU Small Finance Bank though. There's a positive news flow that has come in overnight. Ria joins us to tell us more. Ria.
Well, yes, Nigel, AU Small Finance has been in focus today since the bank has received an approval from the Department of Financial Services for an increase in the foreign investment limit in the bank from 49% at present to a maximum permissible limit of 74% of the paid-up capital of the bank. Now, they have stipulated that no FDIs are to be undertaken without obtaining prior approval from the Financial Services Department. And as a result of this approval, the bank, this will assist the bank in maintaining a sufficient headroom for foreign investment into the bank through permissible mode of investments. And as a result of this, the stock is trading with gains of roughly 2 to 3% today. And even in the last 6 months, the stock has gone up by around 30%.
All right, we take that point. That's about AU Small Finance Bank, up around 3% right now. But in the last 6 months as well, anticipation of that coming in, the stock was up higher. We take a short break, come back on the other side. We focus on the markets. The mid-cap index actually has gone into the red. Even the frontline index, the Nifty, has given up about 40 points from the highs, or from the time we started the show. Just look at that one. It's up around just 38 points. So at high levels, there is some supply coming in. As our technical expert also explained, there is some sort of consolidation after a bounce that we saw from the lows. So we'll monitor the market, and the mid-cap index should come up for you. It's in the red, so we'll monitor that as well. Take a short break, come back, get you more on the markets and a lot of stock-specific action.
"26 years of CNBC-TV18. 26 years of CNBC-TV18.
Welcome back. Well, the markets are holding in the green, but very mildly so. Actually, what's happened in the last few minutes is the Nifty has seen a sudden, bout of profit taking is what we're seeing. And as you could see to the bottom of your screen out there, the mid cap as well as the Nifty bank, both of them have actually moved into the red, while the indices on my side actually are in the green.
I think you're just pulling them up while I'm just trying to hold them. A couple of stocks that deserve mention as well. As we wrap, Eternals moved lower, JSW Steels moved lower. We have the LTI Mindtree, which has moved lower as well, along with Hero MotoCorp. So a lot of these stocks are seeing sharp, sudden dips. What we'll do is we'll wrap up on this edition of Chartbusters. We hold on to these indices. I'll try to pull this one up while Nigel continues to hold that. As we do that, we'll take a short break, come back on the other side. The team of trading are. We'll try and hold the markets once again.
"26 years of CNBC-TV18.